Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn, Paul speaking, and today we're going to be looking at a game that's coming out in a couple of days on the eShop for the Nintendo Switch, and that is a game called Roundguard, and this comes from Wonderbelly Games, and it's created by the Quantum Astrophysicists Guild, which is quite a mouthful. This one is going to be £14.99 in the UK, and I think it's $17.99 in the US. I'll try and leave some information in the description below. But this one is basically, if you remember the game Peggle, this is pretty much a take on that game. I say a take, it's more like a straight rip-off. But I mean that in a nice way. I'm sure the developers and the publishers won't mind me saying, because it's so close to Peggle, it must be like heavily inspired by. I'm going to show you some gameplay. And I'm going to probably be having a full review of this one in a few days when the game actually releases. So we've got to pick a direction for our character to go in. Okay, that didn't quite work out. So if you've played Peggle before, then you'll know that you sort of fire a ball out of a cannon from the top of the screen. And in Peggle, you have to clear all the blocks that are on the screen. In Roundguard, it's more like an RPG take on that system, where you're actually firing your character at different monsters, so elves and goblins and gremlins and all these kind of creatures. But the mechanics of the game are pretty much identical in terms of how it works. So you see we've got the grid set up here with these gold pots. If you smash these gold pots, you'll get coins. If you hit on these drums, you kind of bounce around. These red glass bowls are health potions, and the blue ones here are magic. There's one of the gremlins there, farts. Lovely. You've got special moves, basically. You can press on the left hand side there, you can see we've got two magic attacks. The first one we've got is a spin attack, and we've got an empty slot, so we need to get a new magic attack. But basically you start with one attack, so if I do the magic attack, it will cost me 10 of the mana points, the blue health points. And as you can see on the bar on the left hand side there, we start with 30, so it's good to get these blue pots to replenish that. So we're trying to take out all the monsters on the level. Let's see if we can do some clever bouncing. Now, one thing I did prefer in Peggle to this game straight away is that Peggle made it very clear what angle that your ball was going to bounce off on. As the pegs were kind of either square or completely circular, you kind of had a pretty good idea of when you were aiming your shot of exactly where it was going to bounce off. With these characters being sort of cute little cartoonish characters, they're all different shapes and sizes, and whilst you can get an approximation of where you're going to hit and where you're going to bounce off at, it's not quite as accurate as I would like that Peggle was. It's a minor complaint, but I think it's a valid one from my experience so far. So you can see on the right hand side there we've got the health of the characters as well, and every time you hit an enemy they actually deal you damage as well. The little fist icon on the characters on the right will tell you how much damage they'll hit you for, so you have to carefully manage your health points. And then landing on the pillow at the bottom serves the same sort of purpose as in Peggle when you hit the... I can't remember what it was at the bottom in Peggle. Was it like a... It wasn't a trampoline, was it? It was something at the bottom of the screen that basically allowed you to save the ball. It was a pot, wasn't it? You bounced into a pot. And if you could sort of work your way down the screen and land in the pot, you didn't lose the ball. Kind of a similar system here. If you hit sort of the pillow at the bottom, you bounce off the screen. If you miss the pillow and you hit the spikes, it takes health off you. So at the moment we're doing okay. We've got a special attack we haven't used yet. We've lost a little bit of health, but it's nothing that we can't cope with. Still very early days on these levels, so I'm going to be doing a more full review when I've played this for a couple of days. But I thought I'd give you a quick early look, as this one's just popped up on the store today. We're getting very lucky bounce on those cushions, I must say. I really like the presentation in this game so far from what I've seen of it. Seems very well polished. The graphics are really nice. I was a little bit worried about the art style at first when I saw it on the eShop. I hadn't seen the game in motion. I'd only seen eShop stills. And I just wasn't sure that I liked the art style. But seeing it in motion has completely changed my mind. It's really, really nice in motion, really smooth. Not that it matters too much, but I think it's 60 frames a second as well. It certainly feels very smooth. And if you have played Peggle, then you'll recognise even some of the sound effects, like when it's counting up your gold towards the end there, you can sort of hear the sort of tinkle count. And also when you hit the last enemy, you get a sort of slow motion zoom in, and even like the rainbow effect coming off your character that was in some of the levels in Peggle. So, as I say, very heavily inspired by that Popcap game. And by the way, discussing this on my Discord earlier with a couple of the guys, where is Peggle? Where is Peggle? No wonder these guys have seen a gap in the market and gone for a Peggle type game, because here we go. Oh, that was very Peggle-ish, wasn't it? Slow motion replay as you get close to the last, sort of in that game it was the last brick, wasn't it? But the last character here. But anyway, yeah, Peggle. We need a Peggle game. Come on, EA, pull your finger out and give us a Peggle game. Are we going to get a nice rebound? We do get a nice rebound. And you can see there we've landed in a pot of gold. We win a treasure. It's a new weapon. So our attack goes up to 6 and we get +5 health regen when an enemy dies. I really liked as well these little bits of flavour text that are everywhere in the game. So this one here says you're more of a glass half full kind of person. Some are quite amusing. Obviously that one's not that amusing, but they are quite funny. The rusty access is heavy, rusty, occasionally deadly. So it's just a little bit of character. Nice little... nice, I mean, that sort of thing just is like a little bit of polish that I look for in a game. Now I wonder here, we need to land in a pot. This is quite a nice idea. We go back to the map, we press the R button, and it's got kind of like this Slay the Spire, if you've played that. You've got kind of this sprawling spiderweb style map out that you can choose which route to take. And then you can see those, when we go back to the main screen, those 2 pots at the bottom, they leave you over like a spider on it. It's probably going to have 2 spiders, as the next route I can take are both spiders. You've got the one just ahead of me off to the right there, and the one straight ahead of me. But you know, if you've got a branching path, you'll have other symbols that you can try and land your character in to take that route, which is quite nice. And then you can see on the right hand side there we've got quests as well, so little like mini achievements. So smash every pot and get that sweet gold. So we've got a choice of which direction to take, and as I say, I really want that health potion, so I'm going to try and bounce off the wall here if I can, and hit that health potion, and then land in the pot at the bottom. And there we go. So we did that. We've got 20 health, and we land in the pot. But have a look at one more level. Failed the quest there because we didn't smash all the gold. Move on to the next level. So you see the map, we went to the right hand spider. I'll show you how the special attack works as well. It's just reminding me there actually to use the skills. So this attack, we want to get that little mouse character there straight below us, but we've got all these pots and stuff in the way. Now the special attack, the spin attack, will, when we launch ourselves, we can then press X and we will spin through any objects. So I'm going to wait till the cushion's underneath us, and if I time it right, which I just missed it, but you can see we sort of ploughed our way through any objects, and it cost us 10 mana. And we've got a status effect. It's saying look at the bubbles by your hero on the left to see your effects. Oh, so we've got plus health regen. And I think it's because we're using the axe that we won on the last level. Cool. Okie dokie. So yeah, so we'll try it again over here. We want to hit this sort of mousy character over here. Or is it a rat? We'll launch ourselves and then press X to do the spin attack, and we should just spin straight through and get to the mouse. I'm going to wait again for the platform to come back across and hopefully bounce off that. Oh, we bounced off a pot. Oh no, we hit the spiders. We become poisoned. So I guess that means we use 10 health every turn. Someone who is poisoned takes damage for 3 turns. Yuck. So we're going to lose 10 health every turn. So we want to try and avoid the spider, but we've got to root through to this rat now, so we get that. Hit some gold on the way. I don't know what that green thing is under there. I wonder... Oh, we missed it both times. Oh, Okay. So we're down to 83 health, so we want to get some health regen at some point. Let's see if I can bounce off this green thing, bounce back up to the right, and hit that cluster of items over there in the top right-hand side. That's the plan. Didn't quite work out, but hey, at least we hit the cushion, and we didn't take any damage. Now I could try and spin through here, that would be chaotic, because we'll hit loads of stuff. Ah, those green things are poison, okay, that's not good. Stop poisoning me, I'm already poisoned. Hopefully it doesn't stack. No, it doesn't look like it stacks, so we're still just taking 10 poison for 3 turns. Keep an eye on our health. Probably going to come off the wall here and try and get that rat. Lovely stuff. Now, I'm really enjoying the gameplay of this. I mean, as I said, I wasn't too sure on the graphics, but they've won me over. The way they sort of animate and stuff, it's just got a really polished feel. And as I say, the gameplay, they've just nailed that Peggle feel perfectly. It's really satisfying to play. If you're a big Peggle fan, then you're going to love the way this game plays. I guess the proof in the pudding is going to be a little bit later on, sort of how the puzzles stack up. I really like this idea, by the way. The moving spider, that's really cool. I guess we've got to take him out. I guess we've got no choice now. We're going to have to take poisoning. Now, I wonder if it's because we hit him from behind we didn't get poisoned, although we did get poisoned by that green thing. So I'd say one more hit on this spider and he is toast. There we go. And where are we going to land? Looks like some armour. Horn band. Oh, okay, we've got headband. Health, we get plus 85 health, which is handy. And then plus 2 health regen when I use a skill. Not sure what the item is underneath. When it says whether we've won 2 items. It's not quite explained that. And I see we can equip it or we can drop it for 300 coins. I think we'll equip that for now. Look at all that loot you've been picking up. If you want to review what you have, press L and open the equipment page. We will do. Here we go. Good stuff. So I don't know if we can sell that from there or whether we need to find a shop to sell. So now, if we can try and hit these potions, we get some health and mana back, hopefully. Oh, I didn't want to be poisoned. But thankfully we landed in the pot. So there you go. That's a quick look at Roundguard. Hope you like that. As I say, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to be reviewing it for release day on the 13th. This one comes out, so when's that? Friday? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's Friday the 13th. Oh. So yeah, 13th, I will stick a review up and put a score on it. Going to play it some more, try and get to some of those later levels, try some of the other characters, make sure it holds up. But first impressions are excellent. Got any questions or comments? Drop them below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new. Always happy to see new people on SwitchedOn. And as I say, hope you enjoyed the video and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers everyone. Bye bye.